Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. My name's Stephanie, and today I'm so excited to show you an upcoming charity trio from Firefly Lacquer called Food for Flight. First off, I want to give a very big thank you to Firefly Lacquer for sponsoring this video. So while that means I'm being paid to swatch and share these with you all, my thoughts and opinions are still honest and my own. Firefly might sound familiar because I just shared them recently on my channel in the little lacquer box video, but they are still a very new indie brand. They only just launched at the end of June, but they're already coming out with a charity release that celebrates these keystone plant species from the Midwest. And keystone species are basically the glue that holds the ecosystem together. So I will share some more information about these at the end of the video after some comparisons. For now, let me just show you the swatches. Firefly did send me their Understory priming base coat, which is a PVB-free tinted ridge filling base coat. This is technically just PR, not included in the sponsored portion, but I wanted to share it underneath all of my swatches today. So here is one coat of it. You can see it is super self-leveling and nicely tinted. I feel like I have some slight staining, so this really gives a your nails but better kind of look. The first polish in the trio is called the Fixer, and this is described as a neutral mid-tone purple with a golden shimmer that adds a soft glow in lower lighting and a more pronounced silver-leaning shimmer in bright direct lighting. This had a really nice formula. As you can see, really great color payoff on the first coat alone. It was pretty nice coverage for the most part. I just had a little bit of a sheer streak on the left and right edges of my nail, but it did even out really nicely in just the two coats and it pretty much brought it to almost full opacity. I think you can see some nail line if you squint or look close enough, but it just wasn't enough for me to do a third coat. Although seeing this one in direct sunlight, I could see this one being a 3-coater. This one is inspired by the lead plant, which is a hardy prairie shrub with purple blooms that's basically an ecosystem powerhouse. It provides food in the form of pollen, nectar, foliage, and seeds. And one more comment about the finish, I would almost describe this as a slightly pearlescent or metallic kind of shimmer. Then we have At Your Serviceberry, which is described as a rich berry shimmer with a subtle golden bronze shift at extreme angles. This is inspired by the serviceberry shrub, also known as the Juneberry, which is a plant that hosts 100 species of caterpillar. It's a super valuable early nectar source for pollinators in its form of spring blooms, and it produces summer berries that feed more than 40 bird and mammal species. And unsurprisingly, I loved this one so much. You know how I feel about a red shimmer against a purple base. This one is so gorgeous. It just has this really lush color to it with a really nice formula as well. I would say this one felt slightly less metallic or pearlescent compared to the last shade, but almost more chromy in a way, or maybe it's just the way the shimmer looks against the base, where it's very finely milled and it just has a really beautiful glow. I think this could be another 2 to 3 coater, again depending on your preference. Just the 2 coats here I feel like looks pretty dark and it obscures my nail line, but if you look close enough you might be able to see it. And rounding out the trio is Got Milkweed, which is described as a soft raspberry pink jelly packed with pink holographic glitter, a scattering of silver reflective glitter, pink hex glitters, and a subtle pink violet shimmer. So as you can probably guess, as a certified pink lover, I love this polish. There is so much pink in here. And to be fair, I was a little surprised at reading the description because I didn't really catch some of the elements like the silver reflective or the shimmer even. I think to the naked eye, it's fair to say that this just reads as a silver, dainty, hollow micro glitter in a pink jelly base. And at first glance, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like this because I usually love, my glitters to have a bit more variety in them. But once I actually wore it, I did realize that this was really sparkly and beautiful. So I think it was all of those different types of pink elements actually coming to play. And this one is inspired by the mighty milkweed, best known as the sole host plant for monarch butterflies, but they also support more than 450 species of insects. And here is my full hand swatch collage of the Food for Flight trio. absolutely love this color palette. The polishes are just so stunning. Now for comparisons, I actually wanted to first start with the Understory priming base coat and show this next to Mooncat's Getting Even nail primer and Fauve's Tinted Gesso. I sadly ran out of Holo Taco's pink smoothing base and Cirque's ridge filler, so these are the closest that I have in my collection, and I would say color-wise it's a little closer to Mooncat. The Fauve is just a bit more sheer. And also I wanted to show a quick reference next to Polish for Days Cotton Candy, which is one of their blurring base coats, so it is a lot more opaque, but the color is also way different. Then for the fixer, this kind of reminded me of Cirque's Clairvoyant, which is an icy lavender magnetic that kind of looks metallic when you leave it unmagnetized, but I think it's a little cooler toned compared to the fixer. And I realized my bottle of Sylvanclaw's Wilted Rose is unfortunately starting to fade. It's still very thermal though, as you can see on the nail. It does still transition to that warm cornflower blue color, but the cold state now is this dusty mid-tone purple. For some other icy kind of lavender shades, I pulled out Crack's Lilac Frosting, which is a glazed polish, so it kind of has that pearlescent metallic effect, but it's much lighter in color, as you can see. So then I also pulled out Mooncat's Clair de Lune, which is another magnetic that kind of looks metallic, but that one's a lot dustier. So for a more vibrant mid-tone purple, I pulled out Glitch's NBA Soap Opera from their recent collection. The main difference though, as you can see, is the orange fiery kind of shimmer in the Glitch, while it's a much more cooler toned shade in the fixer. But I think the base colors are pretty close. Glitch is just much more sheer. Then for At Your Serviceberry, I knew I had to see this next to Goodnight Polish's Fiery Farewell from the Underworld to Olympus collection, as well as Potion Polish's Spiced, which is just another purple base with a red shimmer. As you can probably tell though, on the nail, the Potion Polish is much deeper in its base, and the red shimmer isn't as glowy as the other two, so the Goodnight Polish is closer, it's just a little lighter. I figured I should also show this next to Glitch's Fire Opal and Holo Taco's Unicorn No. 1, which are more purple bases with red shimmers, but the main difference is that the Glitch and Holo Taco are a lot more sheer in their bases. And I think I would even say At Your Serviceberry almost has more of a pinkish shimmer instead of a coppery orange. And for Got Milkweed, I of course am showing this next to Holo Taco's Bless Your Heart from a previous royalty collection, as well as Cupcake Polish's Wish, which are the only pink glitters that I have in my collection. So I'm going to be showing these in 1 and 2 coats just to show you the difference in their coverage and colors, where at first glance it might look like the Holo Taco is closer. I mean, I guess it is the closer one between the Cupcake, but it is a little bit darker, dare I say almost more raspberry in color, while the Cupcake is a little bit more icy due to those slightly larger silver hex glitters. And for reference, I have Mooncat's My Sandy Claus outfit, which is a glitter, but it's more of this red, hot, punchy pink. And I also have ILNP's Stacey, which is a linear hollow and a little bit deeper and warmer. Other shades I thought were closer, at least in the tone of pink, included Goodnight Polish's The Raspberry from the Spaceballs collection and Cirque Colors Trinket. But they're kind of on opposite ends, where the Goodnight is a little bit more vibrant, especially because of the glowy shimmer, while the Cirque almost looks more muted. I would say the closest is something like Finding Feathers The Audacity, which has that micro glitter kind of formula in a pink tinted jelly base. It does look a little bit cooler toned, but the other main difference is that the Audacity just has this uniform micro glitter, while Got Milkweed has those additional elements like the reflective glitter and shimmer, which I think just makes it look a bit more sparkly. So that wraps up my swatches and comparisons for Firefly Lacquer's upcoming Food for Flight charity release. These are going to be launching on August 13th, and I will have Firefly Lacquer's website linked down below. $1 of every bottle sold will be donated to the Nature Conservancy, which is a global environmental nonprofit that has partnered with communities to support conservation initiatives across the world. So I will have their website linked down below as well if you want to check them out or get involved. So yeah, absolutely love this release. I love the cause so, so much. If you couldn't tell, Kristen from Firefly Lacquer is a big nature enthusiast, and I really love how much that shows in her brand, and especially with this charity release that she's doing. It's just so, so awesome. And of course, the polishes themselves are also amazing. I was really excited to first try Firefly from the little lacquer box video a couple of weeks ago. Those two were also kind of these shimmer multi-chrome kind of shades. So pretty similar to two of the polishes of the trio here. And again, really nice formulas overall. And even with the micro glitter, I ended up really liking that one, which at first I was like a little on the fence about because I don't usually love a glitter that has just a uniform glitter, if that makes sense. I think they can just be more exciting when they have like a variety of shapes or just sizes in general. So this one being, you know, completely uniform, I wasn't sure how I would feel about it, even though it is a sparkly pink, but lo and behold, once I put it on my nails, I just fell in love with it. Even still though, I think my top favorite is at Your Serviceberry, maybe because fall is right around the corner and it just looks like one of those moody, gorgeous shades. But yeah, overall, just really lovely polishes, fantastic formulas, and they support a great cause. So again, a big thank you to Firefly Lacquer for sponsoring this video, and thank all of you for watching and supporting as well. I really hope that you liked this video if you did enjoy it or found the comparisons helpful, or just let me know any and all thoughts you have down below so we can chat about it. But thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!